All right, quick word for you guys today. I love the deepness of when Jesus walked on water. You know, when we see this, I feel like sometimes we can kind of overlook how deep and how personal that moment was and how we can apply that to our lives. When Jesus walked on water, he was coming to the disciples in the middle of a storm. It was chaos. They were afraid. Heavy waves, rain, and they just see Jesus walking in the storm calmly, without wavering, without stumbling, just walking on the water. And when he asked Peter to come out of the boat and come to him, Jesus' hand was fully reached out. And Peter's faith got him to get out of the boat and start walking on the water towards Jesus. But then when he started to feel that fear, that anxiety, when he started to question what is going on, he started sinking because he took his eyes off the Lord and he started sinking in the water. And he's reaching out and screaming out to the Lord. The Lord's hand is still extended to him. Peter extends his hand back and he pulls him up above the water again. That's how we need to think about our walk with Jesus. When times are tough, when the season feels like it's this crazy monsoon type of storm and tsunamis and hurricanes and tornadoes, don't take your eyes off the Lord in those seasons. Don't take your eyes off the Lord in those moments, because you will start to sink. That's why when you try and do things on your own strength, on your own weight, and to put everything on your shoulders and start carrying it through these seasons, it feels tough. It feels so hard, and sometimes it even feels impossible. And when you start to do this, relying on your own strength, sometimes the season will last even longer. The hard times will last even longer. But when you act like Peter did in that moment, when you start to sink and you keep your eyes on the Lord and reach your hand out, everything will start to kind of fall into place. And it will still be difficult. I'm sure he was still scared when he got taken up out of the water as well and was on the water, standing there with Jesus. I'm sure he was still scared. But it was the fact that he was trusting in the Lord in his fear is what got him above the water. And we have to take that initial step like he did. When we get out of the boat, when we step out of our comfort zone, we can walk on the water with Jesus because he's pulling us through this. Our faith is allowing us to do this because he's giving us the strength to guide us. In my church service today was called God Will Make You a Pillar for Other People to Lean On. And I pray that we can just continue to go through our walk with Christ like this, in this mindset. So God bless you guys and happy Sunday.